Who are the targets?
Just some do-gooders. They think because they enrich their personal and professional lives that they're better than me, than us. I think it's time we bring them down to our level. They're nothing. This one's up at the outpost up in Omaha.
I started as a house manager in Lincoln, Nebraska a little over 4.5 years ago. Then after about 10 months, I started as the assistant director for Live Yes Studios. And then now I'm up in Omaha, and I'm the director of operations, and I oversee all of the services in the Omaha area.
This guy's nothing but a trader. He did just to become a made man up in Omaha.
I started at Live Yes Studios as a art instructor, and in a year and a half, I went from the art instructor position to residential manager, where I supervise 8 house managers now.
See, this guy will put your skills to the test.
I started at RHD in 2010 as a DSP part-time. Fell in love with it, decided to go to full-time, the individual that I was working with. Went from there to crisis coordinator position, which involved from specifically the unit that I was at to doing it for the whole agency. And from there, I got interested in the clinical aspect of things and became the agency's behavioral specialist and stayed there for about a year and a half, 2 years. Filled in as a house manager several times for several units, and then transferred up here to Omaha in March and have been the director of Valiant Studios, our vocational program for RHD Omaha in Nebraska since then.
They call this one Star Killer.
Hi, I've been with RHD for about 3 years now. I was a DSP for a year, and then for the last 2 years I've been working as a house manager here in Lincoln. It's been a great opportunity for me to work one-on-one with Mr. Chris and watch him grow and develop as a person. It's just an amazing time.
She's one we definitely need to keep an eye on.
I have been with RHD since April of 2011, so a little over 3 years. I've been a house manager since June of this year. Working in this field has changed the way I think about things, the way I deal with people, just people on the street, the way I deal with my kids. And it's also taught me a lot about patience and on how to juggle everything, between home and work. And
rumor has it, she was trained by the hand in Japan. Yakuza fear her.
I started as a direct support professional in March of 2011, and 6 months after that I was promoted to assistant house manager. 6 months later I became house manager and have been one ever since. Now I'm doing the leadership development program for personal growth and enrichment.
From what I see, he's going to cause us a whole lot of problems.
I started with RHD as a direct support worker in March of 2013. In May of 2014, Catherine had some pregnancy deals, and so I took over as an interim house manager with her May 2014 and officially took my position in late June of this year, where I've been for about 4 months now. In August of 2014, I began the leadership development program through RHD. It was the first year it was offered to Nebraska. All in all, it's been a real positive experience so far, but it's still in the beginning stages, so I'm definitely excited to see where that takes us as the future unfolds.
This guy's the head of the family up at the Live Yes Studios in Lincoln.
I started here at Live Yes Studios in 2012. Started off, I was typically going to work with Miss Sharon and some of our other clients, but when I got here, they put me with some of our more active clients. I was here for about a year when we had come up with a plan of a job coaching with RHD needed to start, and so I started with the clients here at the studio, going around to businesses, handing out cards, things of that nature. Somewhere in there, I had a little bit of a break, and when I came back, I was offered the assistant director's job because our wonderful Miss Courtney was leaving us for Omaha. I did that job for about maybe 2 months before our director was promoted to a corporate position, and I got bumped up to director of Livia Studio. And I have been here since then. So I think I've been the director for at least a year and a half, somewhere in there, and we're just growing, and hopefully it'll be a lot longer that I'll be here.
This one's been hiding in the shadows since the dawn of civilization.
Well, I started with Livia Studios in the summer of 2011 as an intern, where I worked as an intern for a couple months, and then I was hired on in January of 2012 and became a DSP, and then in the summer of 2012 I became a floor manager here at Livia's, and then about a year later I became case manager here. And now that journey has led me to be a part of the leadership development program within RHD, where I am doing a lot of learning and expanding my own growth professionally and personally.
Don't let this one fool ya. She's as deadly as they come.
Staff artist at Livia Studios. Been here for about a year now. My preferred medium is drawing, and I try to show my artwork at local galleries and bars around town.
And this one thinks she's some kind of artist.
I've been working at the studio now for a little bit over a year and a half. I started working at Livia's while I was working on my undergraduate in fine art. My emphasis is painting, and I try to actively show paintings or my work in town wherever I can.
Why? Only a matter of time, I suppose. Until they sent you here, they always said I couldn't handle it. But look at me now. Here, I'm God.
These people sought to better themselves, both personally and professionally, to make the world a better place.
How noble. Bullseye always said you were such a do-gooder. So that's how it's gonna be? Then let's dance. Groovy. This will be our final battle. Just who the hell do you think you are?
I am the citizen advocate.